Okay, amazing. Well, thank you everybody for joining today's session. We're just giving a few minutes before we get going, just to have everybody meet. I am going to record today's session, so you'll see that pop up on your screens, and that recording will be shared with everybody at the end of today's webinar, and we'll send that to you via email to all those who registered, even if you couldn't make it today, in case somebody couldn't make it on your team. Great. So maybe we'll just give it one more minute and then we'll do some introductions and then we'll get things officially started. Just again to say thanks all so much for coming to today's webinar. This is the Navigar and goFLUENT orientation session today. So if you have any questions on goFLUENT Navigar, this is the perfect place for it. Okay. You can still see them climbing up. Give it one more minute and then we'll just get officially started. Time. I can see the number starting to slow down. So before we begin, I'm just going to do some introductions and then we're going to do a land acknowledgement. So first, I just wanted to say that my name is Kyle. I'm one of the research and development officers with Navigar. I'm joined by Laura Ricci, our project manager with Navigar, and we're joined by the goFLUENT team. And maybe I'll pass it over to Annabelle and you can introduce yourself and then pass it over to Andrea.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Annabelle. I will be guiding you through the session today. I'm here with my dear coworker, Andrea, that will be here with me to support me on the questions that you might have. I will be presenting myself a little bit more in a few seconds after how you see how to access the platform.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then just before we begin, I just want to start with a land acknowledgement. So we would like to begin by acknowledging with respect that the land that we're gathered on today here in Ottawa is traditional and unceded Algonquin territory, where we appreciate the opportunity to both work and live here. Thank you very much. So just to get started today, we're going to walk you through, if you've ever had any issues or any questions about how do you actually get to goFLUENT. So to start off, we're going to begin on Navigar. So the first place we want to start is by going onto app.navigar.ca and making your account if you already have one and logging in to Navigar. Once you're logged in, you'll be greeted by this page here. And on this page, you'll be able to see all the different information about your role, where you can set your current job, where you can set your target job, and all that information there. And once that's all been completed and your profile is been activated, you're ready to start training. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to scroll down and you're going to find our training partners. And right now, and it's important to note that goFLUENT is bundled in Navigar through Skillsoft. So the first step you're going to want to do is to make yourself your Skillsoft Percipio account. So you'll be prompted to go through, put in your Navigar email, put in a password of your choosing, make an account, and log in. And once you've logged in, onto the Navigar page on Percipio.com, which is a Skillsoft software program, you'll see on the home page at the very top of your screen this big blue banner that says goFLUENT Accelerated Language Learning. So again, you made your Navigar account, you've logged on to Skillsoft Percipio and made your account here, and now you're going to click on the button Learn More. And once you do that, you'll be brought over to the goFLUENT page where you can see a number of different courses where you can select the course you'd like to take and begin. Now, I'm already logged in with my account set up. The very first time you make your goFLUENT account, you're going to be doing a similar process you did for Skillsoft, where you have your information. However, the only difference is that oftentimes goFLUENT will pre-populate your email and your name or your username information using the information from Skillsoft, because everything's connected and bundled on Navigar. So if you see a bunch of numbers where your name and your email should be, don't worry, that's normal. If you wanted to, you can click the little box at the bottom of the login and change your account to say your name and your email in goFLUENT. It doesn't change the user experience. It's just a personal choice for you to make. So once you've done that and you actually made the goFLUENT account, there normally is a self-assessment that they ask you to take, which helps you get you positioned on what your language skills are and what kind of courses goFLUENT might want to recommend you, and they'll go into lots of detail on that. But once all that's done and you're actually logged in and you're able to look at the different courses, then you can just pick the course that you like, and then you can just start taking the training right away. and that will get you started with goFLUENT. So that's the very basics. Again, for this session, the Q&A will be available. And I'm just going to double check to make sure that that all got activated correctly. Sometimes it closes off. Yep. So if you have any questions, do please put them in the Q&A slot. And then at the end of today's session, we'll go through and we'll answer all your questions. Or if we have the time, we might answer them in the chat box while the presentation is happening, especially if they're a Navigar concern. So with all that said, I'm going to pass on over to the goFLUENT team, and they're going to get started with their presentation. Thank you so much.
Perfect, Kyle. Thank you so much. I'm going to start by sharing my screen with all of you right here. And here you go. So hi everyone again, and welcome to your goFLUENT webinar. I hope everyone is doing well. So once again, my name is Annabel. I work in our Lisbon office in Portugal, and I will be guiding you through the session today. I speak French, Portuguese, but I'm also a goFLUENT student myself at the moment. Sto imparando l'italiano, so I completely relate to the learning process. Okay, so today I will show you how to make the most of the Language Academy and, of course, how to easily integrate it into your daily routine. Okay, so it was mentioned already, but if you have any questions, you can type them in the Q&A session. We will be answering them as much as possible as we can. My coworker, Andrea, will be answering some of them in the Q&A session. If not, we also have a session at the end of the session to answer all the questions that remain unanswered. So let me start with a quick introduction to who we are. 25 years of experience. goFLUENT supports companies worldwide in developing their team's language skills. And what makes our approach effective? Well, it's the combination of technology, high quality content, but most of it, real human interaction, all working together to adapt to your needs. And to keep the learning relevant and, of course, aligned with today's business world, we collaborate with the leading publications such as the New York Times, Harvard Business Review, World of Business Ideas, and the Agence France Presse. So, once you create your account, you are going to be answering a few questions, okay? Some of the information that you will input in there will be able to be changed within your profile, okay? Because our first step is going to be to set up your learning profile, okay? So I'm going to go back to the platform. There I go, drop-down menu here, right up a corner, profile. So, as you know, my name is not Carla. Here we are going to use a demonstration account, right? And we are going to take a look at our personal information right here, okay? Three important things here. Let's go over to through the two first ones, industry and job function. You can change this anytime you'd like to, okay? This is very important, okay? So among all the options that you have, either under job function or industry, you can choose up to three options at the same time. Why did I mention key elements? Why is this important? Well, because this information allows us to personalize your training so it is truly adapted to your profile, okay? Also, remember to put your email on your alternate email right here, either your professional one or your personal one, so you can get all of our communications as well, okay? A little further down, under learning preferences, it's the language that you want to learn, with up to 51 languages available. Yes, you can learn multiple languages within the same account, and no, you will not lose any progress in all the languages that you are learning, all right? And then right below, we have display and communication under general preferences. This is also a very important section as it defines the language of the platform, but also the language in which you will receive all our emails, okay? So right here under general preference, you can change this at any time as well. Now, step one, set up the profile. Step two, proficiency level. Do you know your proficiency level? So on my side, just like you, I'm also a language learner. And when I started Italian with goFLUENT, I took the proficiency test as well. Okay, this test is essential as it allows us to tailor your training to your actual level. Okay, and this takes us to our step number two, take the proficiency test. Okay, yes, I know there is the word test. But the most important here, there is no need to study before taking it, okay? So even though we call it a test, think of it more as, how to call that, a gateway that will unlock the full potential to the platform, okay? So the goal here is not to get everything perfect, but simply to help us understand what you already know and what you still need to improve so we can support you more effectively, okay? So back to the platform, drop down menu, proficiency test right here. So the test takes about 25 minutes and helps identify the most appropriate level for your training. It includes 44 timed questions that assess your reading and listening comprehension, as well as your grammar and vocabulary. There will also be audio and video questions, so please make sure that your speakers are turned on or your headphones. And if you want to take a break, as you can see here, it is what I did. I started the test, I couldn't finish it, so I can either continue or do it later, okay? So once again, think of these tests as a key that unlocks the full potential of the platform, okay? After completing the test, you are going to get a goFLUENT certificate. And beyond just the document itself, it is also a great way to showcase your level, especially in a professional context, okay? Let me show you quickly here a resume. So this is a summary of what you will receive after completing the proficiency test. So it gives you a clear overview of your language skills and competencies. And if you are wondering about all these letters and numbers, I know there's a lot, but they actually refer to the CEFR. It's an international standard used to measure language proficiency. And each level shows what you can actually do with the language, from A1, the beginner level, up to C2, which represents full fluency. Now, what happens if you don't take the proficiency test? You will still have full access to the platform, but your training won't be personalized to your level. Okay, so you are going to have to be putting filters everywhere. Okay, so I really encourage you to take the proficiency test. Okay, once you've completed it, you will be able to retake it anytime if you'd like to track your progress. Okay, and you will also be receiving a reminder in your learning plan to let you know that it's time to retake it and to get more accurate recommendations. Okay, so step number one, set up your profile. Step number two, do the proficiency test. Once you're done, you are ready to start learning. So here is the home page of the platform. Usually when I present it, I like to compare it a little bit to Netflix. Why? Because under your learning plan, you will have the personalized recommendations through your learning plan, okay, based on your level, your industry, and your job function. Okay, but at the same time, you're not just stuck with that. You can always browse and choose whatever you feel like working on. Okay. So, and that's actually what I love about goFLUENT. It's because we all have different learning preferences. So you will see throughout today's session that there are plenty of different ways to learn and practice the language. Okay, but if you're not sure where to start, your learning plan right here, as you can see, is right there at the top of your homepage. It's really there to guide you from day one and to make things easy. Okay, so you just have to follow it step by step and do all the activities that are here. Okay. It's really the idea behind the learning plan. It's really to give you a clear path to follow, so you can stay focused and keep motivating forward without feeling overwhelmed, right? And then, of course, just like on Netflix, sometimes you follow the recommendations, and sometimes you just explore things on your own. And that's exactly where the option Browse comes in, right here. By clicking on Browse, you can now explore courses based on your goals and on what you want to achieve. Okay, so here we have fast track language proficiency, prepare for a test, navigate daily life, explore general interests, and much more. Okay, so you will see that all the courses are organized to help you learn more efficiently and stay focused on your goals. Okay, I am going to take a fast track language proficiency course. I'm going to take the course A1. Here we have 33 activities within this one, and I want to show you how this activity presents itself. So here we have one activity based on how to greet people, okay? First, we have the study time, level A1, activity type out2. We are going to go to practice right away, okay? And here, I'm going to retake the quiz. I just want to show you how answering these questions looks like, okay? So greet a client, good morning. Greet your colleague, how are you? Greet the person at the supermarket counter, good afternoon. You're about to leave your friends, see you later. Until here, everything is fine. Let's just make a mistake right here. The correct answer is goodbye. So with this feature, let me put it right here. There we go. You receive real-time corrections instantly after you answer. But it's not just about fixing mistakes. It actually helps you understand why something is wrong, so you learn more clearly and with less confusion. Okay, so here we have show explanation, simplify explanation, Give examples so you will also see correct examples, making it easier to remember and apply the right form next time. Okay? So I'm going to finish the activity and show you my favorite feature within the platform. After this activity, right here, go to AI conversation. And here I'm going to AI conversation. So now we are going to speak with AI. We are going to have a conversation with AI based on the same topic of the activity that we just finished. Okay, so on how to greet people. As you can see here, you have a little script. See it as imagine you are going to have a casting for a movie or for something, anything. You have your script. You need to get prepared for it to know where we're going. And here we are going to start the conversation. Let's go right here.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
All right, my turn right now. Good afternoon. I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. Welcome to this gathering. Is it your first time here? And I send my answer. This feature is designed to help you practice real life situations. Let's wait a few seconds for it to answer back to me.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Yes, it's my first time here. It's a lovely place. How have you been lately?
It is a great way to hear yourself, become aware of how you express yourself, and identify what you can improve, okay? And since it's an AI conversation, you can practice really at your own pace and without any pressure. Okay, so I have no one in front of me now that is expecting an answer instantly. Okay, so I can listen to the answer again. I can read it. I can listen to it in slow motion, and then I'm the one who decides when I click back here again to speak again. Okay, so I really encourage you to use it after the session and practice regularly. Okay, on my side. I won't go all the way to the end of the conversation as I still have other elements to show you, but at the end, this is what you will get. A full feedback where you will be able to listen to the whole conversation. You will have corrections with suggestions or excellent message if your answer was accurate and related to the topic. Okay? This is really when I mentioned that it's my favorite feature. It's really my favorite feature within the within goFLUENT. All right, so we've just seen how you can practice speaking with AI. Now let's take a look at how you can also develop your writing skills with our newest AI writing feature. So right now I'm going to pick this course right here, this activity. It presents itself the same way as the previous ones. Okay, so I'm going to go to practice. This time I won't be answering the questions as you already saw how they present itself. I'm just going to go to writing exercise. So here I get to this screen. Okay, so I'm going to receive a task, a writing task linked to what I've just learned. Okay, so in this case, the pronouns. Okay, so the same way we did for the conversation with AI, we answered some questions about how to greet people. The conversation was based on how to greet people. We answered the questions, well, we didn't, but we would have been answering the questions about the pronouns. And now we have to write 1 to 2 sentences that use the following correctly. Right here on the right, okay? So I'm gonna write my sentences and I'm going to click on submit. Once you submit your text, it is analyzed by the AI and your feedback becomes available shortly after, okay? You can view it in 2 different ways. Coming back to the activity, but my favorite way of seeing it is by going under training right here at the top right of the platform. And under history, you have all your past and completed activities, okay? So I know that this one I did it some time ago. It's right here. I click on it and it takes me to the feedback. The feedback highlights your strengths, suggests areas for improvement, and provides corrections with explanations. Okay, as you can see here, you wrote, suggested revision, explanation. Okay, so you can then practice again immediately by clicking on this button right here, and then you can practice again. All right, so speaking with AI, writing with AI, and since we're already talking about AI supporting your learning journey, let me actually show you another smart AI feature that can make your experience even more efficient. How to access to it? Right here, top left, export content. I'm actually going to open a few pages so I can show you more results faster. So let's say that I would like to improve my pronunciation. Let me see if I wrote it correctly. Yes. So here, just some keywords. Let's say meetings. And here I'm going to put all the email templates. This one should be fine. So back to the first one. I would like to improve my pronunciation. Here are some activities related to my search request. Meetings, same. Email templates. Email templates, we have email templates ready to copy paste. Look, start, I have it here. I can just copy it and paste it to my email and adapt to my needs. But under practice, we actually show you how to write an email, okay? What is my point here? Either keywords, situations within the full context. Feel free to type anything that comes to your mind, okay? If there are any resources linked to what you're looking for, whether videos, grammar, vocabulary, or learning activities, they will appear right here, okay? This feature is also super, super useful, okay? So I also encourage you to, I always encourage you to explore the whole platform, but I'm pretty sure that you will find amazing features that you will enjoy using to help you progress, all right? So now let's take a look at our goFLUENT resources. There are so many interesting and useful materials waiting for you, okay? My advice, don't limit yourself, actually advice that I took myself. Don't limit yourself to the materials that you already know, okay? Look for something, explore the platform, look for something that will challenge your skills, okay? You will have access to videos on relevant topics to practice your listening comprehension, articles on current issues to strengthen your reading skills, vocabulary and grammar activities right here that give you a strong foundation for fluency. And at the end of each activity, so all the resources that you have here, most of them are also within this menu, okay? But here it's the most recent ones. So after a grammar or a vocabulary activity, you will find the AI writing exercise at the end. And then we have the how-to guides. How-to guides, how-to activities as well that provide practical tools to communicate effectively within your organization. Okay, just like step-by-step tutorials. Earlier on the conversation that we saw, I don't know if you remember, the title was How to Greet People. Well, then here we have the how to guide. So how to greet people is part of the how to guides. And after, in most of the activities within the how to contents, we'll have either the conversation with AI or an AI writing exercise as well. And let me tell you that I'm actually happy to say this. We are working on a new feature. Well, not a feature, but all the activities that will have conversation with AI will very soon placed in a different place, so it will be much easier to access to the activities that have conversation with AI. Okay, but anyway, for other resources, you can filter everything by level as well. Okay, so this is also super useful. And you see this little blue button here that is beside any activity. It helps you save activities for later. We are going to check in a bit where you can find it. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, it is possible to learn multiple languages within the same account without losing any progress. Okay, as for me, I'm learning Italian at the moment, but I'm thinking of learning Korean as well. It's a personal challenge that I'm giving myself. This is just to tell you that you will not lose any progress in the other languages that you are learning. Okay, so under history, we actually saw the AI writing feedback, but here you have all your completed courses and past activities. Then under saved, remember the blue icon, which saves activities for later. And then under in progress, we have activities that sometimes we start and we don't have time to finish. Okay, so from time to time, just come and check the in progress tab and check if there are no activities that you started so you can finish them. Okay, and then of course, language, you can filter all your history saved or in progress activities by language that you are learning. Okay. Then we open the drop-down menu, we open analytics. Here you can see how much time you have spent on the platform, all the content that you have completed, okay? You can filter everything by language as well. And it's from here that you can download your proficiency certificate, okay? So at the beginning, we saw a summary. Let me show you a full version of our beautiful goFLUENT certificate that most of our students actually, they upload it on LinkedIn. There's actually a special section under certificates for language learning where you can upload the document. It's a great way to showcase your learning capacities, all right? So this from the analytics page. Now, Any questions after this webinar during your learning process? Sorry, I lose my words sometimes in English. Contact us right here. You can reach us by chat, by phone, or by email through the contact us section in the drop-down menu. Our dedicated team of learning consultants is here to support you on your learning journey, okay? They are your language program experts. They are based all over the world to better serve you, and our learning consultants can support you in a range of languages, okay? I also advise you to share your phone numbers with our learning consultants so they better support you, okay? I know that when we are asked to provide our phone numbers, we often think of spam or unwanted calls. Me first. But don't worry, your phone numbers will only be used by our learning consultants to support you as effectively as possible throughout your learning journey, okay? Now, drop-down menu, help, right here. Under help, we already saw no, we didn't actually. It's the first time that I'm showing the help page, but here you can find all the information that I explained today can be found here, okay? Getting started, learning advice, and tips and tricks. So I highly recommend you visiting it whenever you forget or happen to forget something because you can find everything here, okay? Now, before we get to the Q&A session, because we are getting to the end of this webinar, I wanted to share with you that we also we run monthly learning success webinars. Okay, so what are those? So each month we focus on different themes, for example, like beating procrastination, building better learning habits, staying consistent over time, or even gaining more confidence when speaking. There are so many topics that we speak about. This is a great way to keep learning, stay motivated, and continue progressing between sessions. Okay, I'm going to share you in the chat a few links for you to register yourself if you are interested for July session. July session is going to be based on AI, like AI powered language, hype, or game changer. So I will share in the chat 3 links for 3 different time zones. So I might be presenting one of those because I also present the Portuguese and the French ones, but I hope to see you in one of those, maybe, who knows, right? So I'm going to open the Q&A session now. Where can I find it? Here. I see that we have answered the 3 questions that are there. Thank you so much, Andrea, for your support. If you have any questions, you can ask them now. If you have them later, it's also okay. Remember, our learning consultants will be always here for you. Okay, so don't hesitate on sending out your questions.
Well, we have a question from Jonathan, who is asking how to switch between different languages. Can you please show
Of
us again
course,
that?
definitely.
Thank you.
So Jonathan, and all the learners, every time you will want to switch from one language to another, it has to go through your profile. Okay, so I'm going to the homepage, and as you can see right now, everything is for English. Let's say that tomorrow I want to learn Spanish. I go under my profile, and then under learning preferences right here, I'm going to switch to Spanish, and then going back to goFLUENT. And as you can see, all the resources, all the activities are now switched to Spanish. So I can start learning Spanish. Of course, as you can see here, I need to take the proficiency test for Spanish as well, okay? Let's say that in a week, I want to go back to my English. I come back to learning preferences and I go back to English and then go back to the home page and I can then continue with my English.
Just a small note that all attendees will be getting this recording after the session. So if anybody didn't miss out or you couldn't make it for today, the recording will be shared afterwards in the afternoon. But please, yeah, this is a great time. If you have any question on goFLUENT, the experts are here to talk about them and answer your questions. We can only really help with access. If you've got questions on the content, courses, language learning, AI skills, this is the perfect time to ask it. And I just ask you put it in the QA so that everybody can see that question and everybody can get that answer. Thanks so much.
We actually got 2 questions regarding the app experience, how they can connect through their phones.
Okay, I'd say that the access would be a same process. You need to get your Navigar account set up first. Do that usually through the desktop's probably easiest, just to have that full connection through Navigar to Skillsoft to goFLUENT. But once you're there, there is an app, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? For goFLUENT, like the goFLUENT has an application on the phone, or is it also just browser-based access on the phones?
Andrea, you might know better than me here.
Yeah, the access is only through the Navigate app, and you can also use the browser, but the same process. You need to use the same process, yeah, through
Yeah,
Navigate.
once your account's made, you can use goFLUENT on your phone. However, it's just that you want to make sure you do the access, the account stuff, get that set up, and then you can log in with those credentials on your phone with goFLUENT.
Exactly. You will have access to all the same features within from the computer or from the phone.
And the phone experience, I think they obviously the mobile, the display, like the look of the when you're accessing goFLUENT on your phone, it will change a little bit just to accommodate the screen. But in terms of the features and the functionalities, I believe those are all the exact same.
Indeed, all the same.
Perfect. Thanks so much for
The
that.
only thing that will change is that the screen will be a little bit smaller.
Exactly. Yeah, you might just have to squint a bit more at some of the text, but you can always just
Of
scroll
course.
it up. And again, just as they mentioned, there is more languages than just French and English. There are a ton of languages you can take on goFLUENT. And with your account and your access, this is union provided training. So that access is for you to take whatever language you want to take, whatever you think is going to be useful for you in your career, either with your current position or for whatever may come next. So definitely try and get out there and learn as many different languages and as many different skills as you have, because it's a great opportunity for that.
Indeed. Look, I'm going to explore Korean soon, so
There you go. Why stop at just two? How many more can you get?
I already speak 5, so it's not
Five?
that bad.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. That's a lot more goFLUENT training for the rest of us, but you
That's
can.
a
They're all right there.
that's a lot because of goFLUENT. So
Perfect. What's possible out there? Okay,
indeed.
everybody. If there are no more questions, oh, I got one from Jonathan. What five languages do you speak?
How forgiving how forgiving is the algorithm? Can I type without using accents? French. Yes, you can. Even the other day I was using the explore content, right? Well, I mean, it depends. If it's for exploring content, as an example, you can make typing mistakes. It will take you to the content because it's AI, so it will understand what you intended to type. However, when you are going to practice the speaking, sorry, the AI writing exercises, the accents had to be taken into consideration. And I understand your question perfectly because French is my second language, sorry. And Lord, sometimes they have 5 accents within just one word. So I can completely understand your question, but yes, the accents are taken into consideration.
Amazing. And you would know, because which five languages do you speak, Annabelle?
So I was born in Portugal, so I speak Portuguese, French. I lived in Canada, where I actually were able to speak English. I speak Spanish, and my I am now a C1 level in Italian.
Wow, congratulations. That definitely is a testament to how much you can learn and how
I
much
think
is out there.
I think the sixth one will be hard though. No, it's a
Your
lot of
brain's got to be
information.
full. You
Yeah,
can't have much more
yeah.
space in there.
It's funny to switch between languages sometimes,
With
but
goFLUENT,
well,
seems to be easy. Go back and forth if you need a refresher.
indeed.
Amazing. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time and for all your questions. If you have anything else, of course, you're always the support options that Annabelle mentioned are there for you to contact with goFLUENT course content. So if you have any questions on the exams or what you're learning about maybe the features, reach out to their support team. If you can't get access, if you have issues logging in, if you can't find your Skillsoft account details or anything like that, getting onto the platform, that's all going to be with Navigar. And if you go to navigar.ca, go to our support page and contact us. We'll be more than happy to help you get started.
Indeed.
Perfect. Okay, if there's nothing else from you, Annabelle or Andrea, I think we're all good to wrap up.
Perfect. I just want to let everyone know that take your time, explore the platform. It's totally okay to start slowly and then increase the time that you give to your learning. Okay, you have so many materials, so many useful materials waiting for you. So challenge yourself, explore the AI conversation, explore the AI writing exercise. They are super useful. And as I mentioned, right, AI conversation is really my favorite one because there is no pressure at all. You can just practice, take your time to answer, make mistakes, and then learn from them. And well, what I can wish you is a good morning because it's morning there, and a good and a happy learning, of course.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your time. Have a great rest of your days and take care. Bye bye now.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.